So we will start our press conference in a few minutes. So we have a special guest who is Mr. Daher, just behind me, the chairman of the Daher company, well, as you may guess. And we have Nicolas Chabert, our senior VP of the airplane business unit. So Mr. TBM has some refer to it. And so I will give the mic to Patrick to start this press conference.
Thank you, Philippe. Good morning, everybody. As Philippe said, I'm the chairman of the group. I've been the CEO of the group for 25 years, till 1 year ago. We are appointed Didier Kayat. He's not here this morning, he'll be in tomorrow. So Didier stole my job 1 year ago. And the only thing I have left for me is to criticize, and I do that very well. I will just give you a few information on the Daher Group, and then we will see with Nicolas. First of all, Daher is a family company. Was started in 1863 by my great-grandfather. We now have a total sales of roughly $1.2 billion. 8,600 people working in the company. We are in 11 different countries. Our backlog now is roughly a little more than 3 years of backlog, so that gives us a very good visibility for the future. One of the specificity of the company is that we are almost half in the service business and half in the manufacturing business. Obviously, the service business is in addition to the manufacturing business. And we have nine different engineering departments. I will just give you a quick quick movie on the history of the company and what we are doing now, what type of services we are now doing in the company. And then I'll come back to you. Obviously, we are a European company, but we've been in the States for a very long time now. In Europe, I think all aircrafts in Europe have at least some components from manufactured by our company, and now many aircrafts in the US are starting to have also components manufactured by our company. We've been, as an aircraft manufacturer, we've been in the States for quite a few times. The first sale of Morane-Saulnier. Now, Morane-Saulnier was an aircraft manufacturer during the First World War, and they manufactured aircraft since 1911. Morane-Saulnier was then acquired by first Socata and then by Daher, and we are now as an heritage, we have Morane-Saulnier in our portfolio. So the first Morane-Saulnier sold in the United States was in 1912. We have also been working on aerostructures in the States for quite a few times, where we have had parts for Lockheed Martin sold in the States back in 1977. We are also very much working now commercially, and we are already taking in our portfolio a very large number of new work packages for some of the largest manufacturers of aircrafts here in the United States. We've just recently signed about 20 different work packages. And now amongst the $3 billion or something like this of backlog that we have, 10% of that is or will be in the United States. We are also working here as a service company, as I explained before. We have two ventures in servicing. One is in Querétaro for Airbus helicopters, Querétaro being in Mexico. And we are looking to open a new logistics platforms here in the States before the end of this year. So we're still exactly what we did in Europe. We do develop at the same time the manufacturing side and the service side. Just to give you an idea of where we are in the United States, well, first, we have something like 220 people at the moment, and that is going to grow very rapidly in the coming months and years. And our total sales is roughly, at the moment, $230 million in the United States, both for aeronautics. Aeronautics accounts for roughly 80% of our total sales, and for the nuclear and energy sector, which accounts for 20% of our total sales. So we are also working on the nuclear side here in the United States. So you see that we are almost all around the United States. We're still small, much smaller than I wish I would be. We will be, but we're going to grow that very quickly. One last point before I give the mic to Nicolas is that we are developing new ties, or we're trying to work jointly with American young people. And we've been working for the last 11 years on the Young Eagle program, where we receive 2 young persons every year since the last 11 years. They come to France, to our main factory, which is in the south of France, in Tarbes, in the south of France. They went to the Paris Air Show and were very useful in helping us during the Paris Air Show, and they are now here. Basically, they are all there. The 2 of them are here, Michel and Nathan. So, so that is my introduction to tell you just what we are and what we want to achieve in the US. Now, let's give the mic to the pro.
Thank you, Patrick. Well, I'm sure that you will get some comments from Michel and Nathan about their experience at the factory in Tarbes. So, first of all, I'm the the one that direct the airplane business unit within the group, and also the CEO of Socotel North America, which is the headquarter and the headfront for the TBM sales. So like we like to do is first part is to talk about what is new. What is new is definitely here on the booth, which is a premiere here in the US. We are displaying the TBM 910, which is our latest release of the family aircraft, and the TBM 930 is counterpart just on the booth. So I was thinking that first let's get a little video to present the features that are seeing on the TBM 910. Well, this is a TBM 910, and it's rather than to have a long speech, it's always good to see on videos what's happening. So basically, everything between the two aircraft, the difference between the 910 and the 930 is up front. So you heard from us that we wanted to create this family of aircraft with the 900 and the 930. When we actually announced the 930, we are now very happy to see that not only was a good decision that we made, but the 910 that is replacing the 900 is basically giving the feel and the use of the G1000 that most of the customers appreciate with the latest version of the NXi from Garmin. So that mainly can be noticed on the graphics. The power of the new clock that they have put on the system is giving incredible graphics. And again, this is something that you want to go and see on the aircraft, which is powered up, where we have this impressive VFR and sectionals that are available from the avionics suites up front on the large 15-inch MFT. We also have a couple of amenities on this new NXi, which is to rapidly go on the screen with a new joystick that is enabling you to select and basically get very quick access to a load of menus and choices that is directly on the screen of the large 15-inch MFD. The connectivity is something which in fact gets the TBM 910 a little bit ahead of the TBM 930, because we are enjoying the new Flightstream 510 card, which is enabling Bluetooth and Wi-Fi access of the avionics, so that you can have some way to connect with not only an iPad if you want to preload your flight plan, but also you can actually start to access a certain number of service through the Garmin app, which again are going to grow in the years to come. So this is the first steps of connectivity that we are seeing in our cockpit, and done with the speed or the right speed that is needed for this type of use or this type of piloting. The TBM 930 itself is benefiting in 2017 of a certain number of new features that is coming in the cabin. So before I get to that, the difference between the 910 and 930 is, as I said, up front. So you have the 10, 15, 10 inches for the 910, and we have 3 12 inches for the TBM 930 with the 2 GTC touchscreen controllers that will give you access to the menu and how to drive the avionics. So basically, this is a matter of choice. We are not designing for our customers. We let them decide which of the type of avionics they prefer to drive. And today, we got about 50-50 split. So we got 50% of the customers that decided to be on the G1000, and another 50% that wants to get into G3000 with a pretty interesting demographics and profile. So that again is proven that this is the right strategy to have a diversified offering. One thing that we do not compromise with is safety. It is something that is largely put in aviation, but we are part of the manufacturers that consider this of the highest priority in our duties. So our organization is geared to deliver uncompromised safety, and of course, if we can, get some comfort. So one thing that we did, and we made some presentation to you earlier this year and last year about the great features to have what we call the EcoPilot. So a bunch of interconnected system capabilities that will basically protect and keep our customers within the flight envelope of the aircraft. On top of that, we are happy to present you that we are adding for the crew new seat belts that are airbags from AmSafe, which are going to in fact provide ultimate caution in case something bad happens. So this is something that is actually shipping out of the factory. The first 2 aircraft came in the US and are in fact being delivered as we speak with this new seat belt. So that's one more step to safety with the AmSafe airbags, shoulder seat belts. We also wanted to make sure that the interior, and we're paying a little more attention to interior. So we've been talking about that for quite a few years, but we continue to add on a certain number of features. And again, the best way is to come and look at the 2 aircraft that are configured, one with a 6 seat and the other with the privacy thread option. So that's what we've done. We've worked on the seat. We worked on the design of the seat to make them more contemporary. We worked on a certain number of little details that sometimes don't make big news, but they are important details to our customers, such as the quad rack. We also added a certain number of USB port because we have more and more of those devices that are needed some power, and we've continued to backlit a certain number of control panels, not just the one on the cockpit, but also what is now in the back, which again, when you fly at night, helps a lot to find and set the right temperature, the right fan speed for the passengers. But the one that has a pretty popular success today is the privacy option, where we provide toilet. It is to the point that some of our competitors are seeing that as a threat, which we think that it is not, but we believe that for our customers, it is going to provide the right level of comfort in this category of airplane. So far, 50% of the shipping of aircraft have come with toilets, and we have in fact a couple of people that are elected to retrofit in their existing TBM the toilet option. If you haven't seen it, this is something that you want to get a demonstration from the sales crew. It's quite impressive, But if you haven't flown member of the aircraft, this is also something that you want to experience, not to go to the toilet, but to actually simulate the way to go in the back of the plane and see that it is actually usable. It's not a gimmick. It is something that you can actually get a use of it. So that's what we have for the two aircraft, and of course, both of the airplanes are absolutely equal, and they are our ultimate speed machines. Where, as you know, we are incredibly great in terms of performance with short takeoff. This is typical of turboprop. What is more difficult is to kind of combine what is a short takeoff, fast climb, and of course cruise speed, which is yet unmatched of 330 knots for this aircraft. And one thing that is also very enjoyable, and our chief pilot came straight from Pompano Beach to Oshkosh. Well, he was with Michel de Villiers on board, and Michel has done the trip many times, so you know that he can do it. Well, he was kind of calculating a little bit, his range until a mid leg. He said, well, it's going to be okay, no problem. So 1,200 nautical miles in real life with some headwind and some weird arrival procedures where it gets you down pretty early. This is the kind of thing that you can do with the TBM. So you don't need to worry about it, you just can go. This is the uncompromised performance that we are talking, which makes the success of the airplane with our customers. So if you want to come and summarize all that and see the momentum, well, number one, we're happy to say that since 2008, we have had the best year in terms of the half of the year deliveries, with 25 aircraft that have been delivered since January. This is something that shows that our program is strong, and it is in an economy that is also very strong. In the US, but not only in the US. So we have had a couple of deliveries that were happening. So one that we like to mention is lately, Anu is one of our customers that decided to go for a new TBM. He selected the 910 and he wanted to have delivery to make sure that he could come to the Tour de France, because he is one of the person that actually go for the not the professional Tour de France, but the amateur Tour de France, which is already a big challenge, because everyone that has done that will say the number one thing is to finish, and he's one of those person that finishes, and our hat to him, because it's something that you could notice very much with a person that is committed to come every year and do the Tour de France. The second is a long-time customer, and it's also something, a message that we want to pass here, is we have customers that have elected to go on new aircraft, and this is the 5th aircraft for Dr. John Taylor. And it's interesting because he's the one that took delivery of 702 way back in 1991. So he actually sent me a note, a 4-page note. It's more than a note, actually. It's a 4-page letter telling me what it is that we do better than 25 years ago, and what it is that we should improve still 25 years later. So that's the kind of thing that we care at Daher, is to make sure that we listen to every little thing. And it was precious to have Dr. Taylor to tell us about his experience. If we want to come for the people that like numbers, here is how we do with the TBM program, and more specifically the 900 series program. This is up to now, we passed 200 orders. Yeah! Well, thank you. It's by far the fastest moving program of the TBM family. So the 900 series is above 50 aircraft a year since it's launched in 2014. So congrats to the entire Pilot team, our customers, loyalty and confidence. But this is moving very, very fast, as you can see. We also have the majority of the take is in North America, and especially in the US, and 160 aircraft is going to rapidly in the next month or so going to reach 200 deliveries in the US, which is something very important to us, along with the strategy that was mentioned by Patrick. We believe very much in the US, and this is something proven also on the TBM program. Second is Europe. Europe has woken up. We have started to have strong sales 10 last year after many years of kind of slow sales in Europe, and I think this year is going to be similar to last year with many sales coming out from UK, France, Germany, and a couple of other countries in Europe. If you want to total everything and you look at the TBM program, well, we're shy of 1.5 million flight hours, and as you can see, we are very short to celebrate 850 TBM delivered total since the beginning of the program. So at that kind of numbers, we start to have not so many competitors behind us. I mean, in front of us, just the PC-12 is taking the lead, and we are just close followers of what the PC-12 has done in this type of market. We do that because we support the fleet. We believe strongly and more that this is through service that we can basically get new customers, and again, they elect the entry. They can go on a used aircraft, they can go to a new aircraft, they can start with used and then buy a new, or they can simply elect to stay with us because they value the different product evolution that we have been able to offer them over years. One thing that we decided to do is we wanted to make sure that every one of the G1000 equipped aircraft that we delivered can elect to go and upgrade to the DMXI. So the 850s and the 900s, every one of the customers that wants to get the new screens, the new fast screens, they are going to be able to do that. And we've worked with Garmin, very fortunate to work with Garmin on this, so that we can offer them the choice. It does not conflict with the new aircraft. It actually supports the new aircraft sales because either it's going to help the aircraft and facilitate the aircraft to be sold or resold to another customer, or it is going to be a way to bridge and to gap a few years before the customer wants to go to another solution, and hopefully it will be our solution, our offering. The other thing is we decided, and this is up and running, to work more on the training side. So we have a new flight training device at Simcom that is TBM 930 equipped. This is a FRASCA type FTD level 5, and this is fully qualified. A few customers went through, and again, if you haven't done that, the press, this is definitely something that you would like to experience, is to go through training and experience what we can do with that FTD. That's based in Orlando, correct. Last but not least, we need to reach us. So we do care. So we have a hotline. This hotline works. The other day I was with our dealers and they say, oh no, we know the hotline. You try to dial it in and there's nobody answering the phone. Well, it didn't take too long so that the phone was ringing. This is a hotline that basically will bounce back. If the person on duty is not able to answer right away, there is a second in duty that is coming up, and then there is a third. I think that Charlie was that day the third person, so he was in the room and he was certain that he's going to get the call if nothing were to happen. First of all, the person on duty picked up the phone, so this is something that, again, we do care. We want to make sure that our customer can reach out to us anytime, and basically 24 hours and 7 days a week. And basically the way it works through this little number is when Europe is starting to go to bed, basically the US is picking up, and vice versa the next morning. So you can always be sure that you will reach somebody. And again, if you are not, you have all of the numbers, including mine, so you can just bother to call, and I'm sure that you will be able to reach anybody. This is what our customers are requesting. They want us to be available. and that's what we are providing there. We are going to make sure that we will be available. The last components of this press conference is to talk a little bit about one thing that is looking a bit weird. Patrick told a little bit already about the long heritage that we have within Daher, and let's call, we are bringing you guys the Moran L. This is basically what we wanted to share with you. And how did we do that? Well, first of all, as you've seen the capability of the company, we've been able to use the logistic side of the business to put in crate the Moran L and to basically ship it all the way from Tarbes, France to here. I think it went through New York first, and then was shipped to Oshkosh using a different means of transportation, as you have it on the picture. We were able to also trace what was going on, because that's what we provide to our customers, is to make sure that they have real-time information. It's something that we know when we go on FedEx or UPS website, but this is something that we want, we are actually delivering for our customers, and this is what we use for the transportation of the Moran L. So this is how, and basically let's talk about why did we bring the Moran L here at Oshkosh. Number one is to thank you, American people, for your support. In 1917, your president was attending the 14th of July in Paris with President Macron, and this is important for us to salute that people came to rescue us and get involved during World War I. So for that, this is very important that we also mark this time and this celebration our way. The other thing is to remind you that we've been a long time serving you as well. And the one thing that is important on this slide is 1,800 US pilots were trained on the Moran L. That's not just 2 or 3, it's 1,800 that were trained on this aircraft. So this is why we want to bring the aircraft here on your soil, so you can basically see how these people were courageous and flying an aircraft that didn't have ailerons, because that was invented, a little later on. But this aircraft has one of key invention is the synchronization of the fire gun through the propeller. So that's something that was a patent from Morane Saulnier back then, and known for such. So this is something that our people from the Patrimoine Morane Saulnier will be able to tell you about and give you more details about the airplane itself. But to make a summary of that, let's see a little bit in the movie what we did with the Moran L. I'd like to invite the entire team from Patrimoine Morin-Saulnier to come up here and present. This is a magnificent job that was done by people not only passionate, enthusiastic, but also extremely competent. So you have a load of know-how. Thank you very much. They'll be available to answer any of your questions. I think it's important that they give you the details because there's a lot of work that was done. And as we said yesterday, the only thing that we do as an aircraft manufacturer is to take care of what was left from our predecessors and how much we are going to give to our successors. So we are just passed through, and our job is just difficult to understand what was done and to try to make not a mess of what is going to be something that people will do something about when they take over. So this is thank to you guys for all of what you've done. We appreciate a lot that you've paid so much time and putting this Morin-Air back together. Thank you. With that, I'd like maybe to have any questions with Patrick or to me, if okay.
Steve Trimble with Flight Global. So I think we heard earlier this year that Daher is planning on rolling out this third or fourth transformation of the company, and I was wondering if you could shed any more light on what that's all about and how the U.S. presence and footprint, might fit into that strategy.
As you know, Daher is working on the 5-year strategic plan. So we are ending the performance 2017 this year, and we're working as we speak to the next 5-year strategic plan. So this is some work that starts all the way from the end of 2016 and is going to be decided and going to the board of directors later this year. So there is a couple of things that we know are part of the foundation. Patrick mentioned that service and manufacturing is a 50-50. Aircraft manufacturer is also a big thing. And last but not least is North America. So this is definitely those 3 pillars on which we are going to build the next strategic plan.